would fall next. The preparation of these meals involved methods so elaborate they bordered on the arcane. The royal chefs invented techniques for nesting animals within animals, crafting monstrous hybrids that defied nature. A single pie might contain a pig stuffed with chickens, the chickens stuffed with larks, all sealed within an enormous pastry shell so dense that specialized blades were required to pierce it. These culinary abominations were less about nourishment and more about spectacle, symbols of a monarch's will to command nature itself. As the king's appetite grew, so did his paranoia surrounding it. Convinced that his enemies might try to poison him, he ordered a web of security protocols that transformed every meal into a ceremony of dread. Multiple tasters sampled each dish under watchful eyes, their faces scrutinized for signs of pain or death. Food was prepared in locked chambers, transported in sealed containers, and served on plates tested with alchemical powders, said to detect toxins. This fear only deepened Henry's obsession, turning every meal into a high-stakes ritual, where death might hide in every mouthful. His psychological descent mirrored his physical ruin. Courtiers observed how his mood swings seemed tied to his meals. If food was delayed, he erupted in rages that could end in executions. When sated, he became euphoric, boasting, promising, and laughing wildly before sinking again into brooding silence. Food had become his narcotic, his means of escape and self-destruction, and like any addict, he needed ever larger quantities to feel alive. Soon, the king's eating habits began to reshape court life itself. Meals stretched from hours into entire days. Henry would hold audiences, issue decrees, and negotiate treaties, while feasting continuously. Matters of war and diplomacy were discussed through mouthfuls of meat and swigs of wine. Ambassadors wrote home, describing the nauseating sight of a monarch tearing into food with his bare hands, grease glistening down his arms, as he debated questions of empire. By his 30s, Henry's once perfect body began to rebel. The athletic frame thickened alarmingly, but instead of moderation, the king saw his expanding girth as proof of majesty and strength. He commissioned larger furniture, widened doorways, and demanded stronger horses to bear him. Tailors worked constantly to loosen seams and enlarge his garments, which had grown so vast they resembled tents more than clothing. Then came the illnesses. Henry developed what modern physicians would identify as type 2 diabetes, though to his doctors it appeared as a mysterious curse, a thirst that could never be quenched, and a hunger that only grew. He drank gallons of wine and ale daily, then demanded still more food to silence the craving. His urine grew sweet and aromatic, drawing swarms of flies whenever he appeared outdoors. Sleep became another casualty of excess. His enormous weight made lying flat dangerous, for he would often stop breathing mid-sleep. His doctors constructed elaborate